we are now live once again for some more painting. We left off last week or last Wednesday, where we basically did all the base coating for all of the mountain, all the base of the diorama. So, and obviously the day after, I did some recording and I worked on the dry brushing of it. So it's all basically ready to go. I might add a few details later on, like some more plant details maybe, because I got some of this new, not this, that's for something else. But I got some of this from Michael's. So it's something like a little moss effect. I'm gonna actually add this to the Golden Lagoon as well, because I kind of want to touch that one up a bit, as well as the Arc diorama, because there's some areas need to fix up on those ones. But we're not doing that today. We're going to be working on the Autobot city in the background, along with like a little lookout mountain here, which I'm probably going to shorten this just a little bit, just because it's a little bit out of. I think it should be a little bit smaller. But so yeah, this is kind of like our basic layout. Obviously, using this as reference because we're trying to go as close to the cartoon as possible, you know, while also trying to give it a bit more of a little bit of a realistic edge to it. Because obviously, I gave the mountain or the rocky terrain a bit of a realistic environment to look. And obviously, I've been mixing some colors, and I've kind of picked out the ones on my right here that I'll be using today. And so we kind of have a structure. I'm going to be doing this because I'm not going to do all of it in blue paint for the sky, because that would be ridiculous and a waste of time and paint. So I'm just going to try and paint at the background, try to stick within the lines of like the mountains here, whatnot. So that way it's not like we're just like painting everything, because I do need these lines to know where everything's supposed to go, especially for the Autobot city. But that's why you have reference here. So, or, I might actually do like a quick base coating just to have like the reference in mind. I don't know. We'll see. So, and we obviously have I kind of made a list of just so I can remember of sort of the structures. So I'm doing the sky, then we'll do the foreground mountains, or not the foreground, the background mountains in the background, sort of landscape here that we kind of see, like right here, some of the water here, some of the grassland, stuff like that. Then we'll work our way to the Autobot city, then sort of the foreground elements afterwards. So we got a new thing here. So I think we're gonna start with a basic navy blue sky, just to get a nice darker shade going, and then we can kind of add lighter colors on top of it. That's kind of how I kind of like to do things with when it comes to acrylic painting. It seems to be the easiest way to get the results you want. So we're gonna flip this guy around because I want to get a nice sort of angle here. And we're gonna pick out a brush. I think we're gonna use. Don't want to use a sponge stick. I'm gonna save those for the actual mountains here. So we kind of want to just actually I want to get a smaller brush just to kind of outline the city. It's a little too big, so to speak. Yeah, just be good. Just so that we know which areas not to paint in. Make things a lot easier later on. So we'll kind of like carve out where the sky is going to go with the dark blue. As well as the mountains here, which I'll probably be putting in a shade of blue as well. Because that's how mountains usually look in the background. They usually like almost have like a bluish tint to them. Hey, Bozet, how's it going, man? Just painting some happy little mountains here. should better keep track of which colors I'm using in which order. That way it'll make things easier on the side panels here. Not planning to do anything too crazy with the backgrounds though. So, or with sky rather. Yeah. So, oh right, I did want multiple. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of follow this pattern here. Follow this line here. We'll save that for like the bigger brush stuff, so to speak. I want to get the city going. Right. Or the stuff around the city, rather. Is that a weird angle? Hold on. Reference page. Try to be as careful as possible. Should probably look up how to make actual like stencils and stuff like that for this kind of thing. It might be a lot more beneficial. Hey, Grumpy. How's it going, man? All Cybertronians. Happy little mountains, exactly. Happy little clouds. Yep. Not just sure if an avalanche would be happy, but, you know. At least the people getting killed by it wouldn't be happy. And we'll just kind of leave this little stem here. I'll just go in with a black marker later. Just go over it all. Mountain would come. I can make this a little taller here. Right about there. All right, we've sort of outlined the city now, as well as some of the mountains here. So I kind of want to make this a little bit shorter down here. So we'll kind of just go in like that. Just above. Or below the Lookout Mountain. I think I'll shorten that up just a little bit. So I'll just go over it. You know what? We'll just cover it all up. We'll add the thing on afterwards. Make my life easier. It's not really a difficult thing to paint in, unlike the Autobot City, which will be more detailed. Knock shit over. Yeah, I'll put you over here. Make sure all my brushes were nice and clean before the stream. Happy little lamb. So I decided to be silly and attempted to try to stream. The glorious. Oh wow! I didn't know that. Yeah, didn't know you were gonna put a stream there, Grumpy. Okay, this tiny ass pencil or brush is in my way. You know what? Should make my life a lot easier. And because I forgot, I went to Michael's today or yesterday, But for some reason, I forgot to grab extra grays because I didn't know. For some reason, I thought I would have enough, but I might not have enough gray. I have a couple things of gray in my, but I'm not too sure they're gonna be able to cover because I have a really big mountains here to cover ground with. So I'm probably gonna add in a base coat of black for all the mountains, at least the ones in the foreground. Obviously, the ones in the back are gonna be all blued out, just like real mountains usually are. And then just add the grays and the whites on top of the mountains. I think that's gonna be the best way to go about with that. But then I could always like mix gray and what or black and white. So I had two big things of them. So, but I try to use that stuff like sparingly. I try to use all paints basically sparingly. Because you never know when you might need extra colors. But yeah, we're starting with a darker shade, then we'll kind of work our way into the lighter shades as we get closer to the bottom, the edge here. It's just nice to have like a nice like sort of base coating. And I kind of find it's easier to work with a darker, working from dark to light when it comes to acrylic painting. Which is kind of the opposite of like how you use like Copics. You kind of work with Copics. Normally you work like to dark depending on what you're drawing. Bring Grumpy on. Ooh. Join you. My camera's actually steady for one, and no. Well, the problem with that is I wouldn't be able to hear you because I can't actually reach my headphones and such, and I kind of need my headphones in order to do that. So if you want, but we can do a stream together at some point, Grumpy. It's just a really awkward situation right now for me to have all this going on. That and I haven't really tested out having guests on before, so maybe for the Christmas stream we'll get you on, because that one I'll just be doing maybe I don't know, we'll work it out. Just because it's a very awkward setup. Like my headphones will just pop out of my ears as I'm going and stuff. Bluetooth. I don't have Bluetooth. I don't know how that works. But we'll get you on eventually. Okay, don't worry about it. I do want to have some guests on at some point, but I don't even know if my computer can really handle it, because when I've gone on with Macney, I would always get kicked out because, obviously that's probably because there was too many guests on at one point, but so I'm not too sure what it would be like with my own guests on. So if I'll get kicked out or you'll get kicked out, so I think it'll be best just to do one stream just for specifically testing it out, and then we'll kind of make it a regular thing if we can. So, but yeah, we can just. But as for obviously, I want to talk about the new game today, because that was kind of a interesting thing that just came about last night. Or not yesterday, but the day before it came out, and then these new designs came out. Because I was kind of underwhelmed by the announcement at first, and I saw the designs for Prime and Megatron, and I was just like, okay, this might be all right. I'm not saying it's going to be a great game, because the High Moon Studios really set the bar high, with the fall Cybertron games. So they have a lot to prove to me. Because those games were god tier. God tier. All right. Yeah, it looks a lot I don't know. That's kind of the problem I have with the movie design that we're getting now in the new Transformers movie with Prime, is that he looks a little bit plain. It's mostly because of the abdomen, really. It's really the abdomen and the face plate I really don't like in the new movie trailer. He looks, I don't know, because they're trying to go with the Bay face plate, or the mouth plate rather, which And not just that, it looks like the face is like the mouth is like sitting really low on him too. It's like really out of proportion. It should be a little bit more in the middle of where. I think that's kind of why it looks so awkward as well. But yeah, he doesn't have the actual like grill from the truck. Doesn't have the they don't have like the red sort of breakup in between his abdomen and such. That's kind of like main problem with the Rise of the Beasts looking Prime. Like I don't know why they didn't just keep the Bumblebee movie design. That one was great, but however, this new design from the upcoming game was pretty good. It keeps, it's a little bit stylized, obviously, but it keeps the true nature of the character intact, which is I think it's the best way to go with Transformer designs, is to keep the iconic with a little bit of stylization as well. But yeah, is they all still look too geary? Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, I like her overall design. It's just like the color scheme is really what's kind of bugging me about her. Like she looked great in the Bumblebee movie. I don't know why, but like I just don't. It's gonna take me a while to get used to like the red and whatnot. Because normally it's just supposed to be all pink all over the place, you know. All right, adding more paints. But for this new game, it seems like it's going to be the Quintessons as the main villains. Because they have all these weird, like, alien, like, they didn't look like Decepticons or anything like that. So now there actually was but there's also a Shockwave Easter egg in the trailer, or possible Shockwave Easter egg. Or not in the trailer, but in the promotional image they released a couple days ago, where it had, I think it wrote like "They are all dead," and that's kind of like and that's from the very famous cover with Shockwave on it in the Marvel comics, the old Marvel comics. So so it's possible that Shockwave might be behind it, or at least in part of it. I don't know, but we'll just have to kind of wait and see. But it could just be like a nice little Easter egg to it, like kind of because it's obviously going to be this kind of post-apocalyptic story where all the Autobots are dead and stuff like that. And the humans are kind of trying to bring them back online so they can fight back and stuff. But seems interesting enough. It kind of reminds me of the Return of Optimus Prime arc a little bit, where you had that whole all the spore that the humans created or whatever. Not created. I think it came from like an asteroid, I think, and then the humans unleashed it on accident or something like that. I can't remember how it went, but in that these spores would like infect everybody, like humans, Cybertronians, like everyone was like infected by these spores, and they had to bring back Optimus Prime back from the dead in order to stop it. And he ended up teaming up with Galvatron and doing all that. So lots of fun. Let's see. Robots in real life never look smooth, not for at least there. Then we need to fast forward. Exactly. Cat from the. It really isn't, honestly. I don't think it would be, because like the movies did that with the Prime and everything in the Bumblebee movie. So it's like they've proven they can do the designs. I think I think with designs in general for Transformers, I think that there can be like a nice balance between having the realism with like the iconic nature of the characters. I think it should be. Like sort of the less is more sort of a philosophy behind that. The best way to describe that. All right. So that's our sky, at least the base coating. Tidy up here. Just want to make sure I check every corner. This engine needs to come down just a little. And watch the cartoon. I want them to look like real. I think there's a way. I think there's a way to make the G1 designs work. I mean, there's always a way when it comes to any comic book design. I mean, obviously, the cartoon wasn't 100% perfect when it came to the animation because there would be animation errors and stuff like that. But like the core designs is what we're kind of like talking about, like the more traditional elements of the character designs. And to me, as long as those are intact and as long as it's not too geary, not too like messy, like because sometimes the faces, for example, get like really messy, like lots of gears and stuff like that. Like especially like Decepticons, like you couldn't really tell any of them apart half the time in the Bayverse. Just give me these little nuggets of white. But like, I'm fine with a little bit of stylization, is what I'm saying. You know what? I kind of fucked up here. I need to kind of keep some of these back. All right, whatever. We'll fix it later. All right, now we can do the side panels. That one is the left, so this guy back. Just need to see where the mountain sort of edges out so that we can kind of work from it. Okay. I'll let you dry over there. And we need some more paint. All right, so yeah, we get what you're meaning, Grumpy. I think that, because like even like some of the masterpiece like scale toys and stuff like that didn't look, at least when they were first making them, some of them, because a lot of them nowadays are kind of taking on more of a very toon aesthetics to the figures, which are fine. I don't really have a huge issue with it, just as long as it looks presentable and good. But like for example, the biggest, the best example is like the masterpiece, like the fans toy, the more recent fans toys like Soundwave versus the masterpiece Soundwave. There's nothing wrong with either of them designs, honestly. but the Masterpiece took a bit more realistic approach to like what a sound wave would look like. You know, if he was a bit more, you know, a little bit updated. Like instead of like having like white arms, for example, or you know, like white arms and white like legs and stuff like that, they give him silver legs, and stuff like that, just to kind of give him a bit more style, a bit more nuance and stuff like that in a healthy way. I think there's a good balance of having, you know, the cartoon element as well as having a little bit of extra sauce, you know. Yeah. And not as popular as well. All right, now this guy going. And we'll get this side real quick. Yeah, you know, I feel like when it comes to the car designs, I'm a little bit more lenient on what cars they use, what trucks or whatever, just as long as it looks like something like the character would transform into. Like so, like making Ironhide a truck, for instance, was not is it kind of makes sense for his character because he's, you know, kind of like that old school sort of a redneck type. So I can imagine he'd be a truck guy, but like now it's like they're doing weird things with the Bone movie or the Rise of the Beasts movie where, you know, they're giving Wheeljack the van mode, which was Ratchet and Ironhide's alt mode. Then they're making the Porsche Mirage when that was Jazz in the cartoon. It's just like, why didn't you just have Jazz in the movie? It's like why are you making the van Wheeljack? Like, make them cars. Like, it doesn't have to be a Porsche, you know, or don't use a Porsche. Do something that's at least somewhat. Because I understand it, because I think they might be illegal to use the race car in. At least that's what I've heard. I heard it's illegal to kind of drive a race car throughout the city streets, and that's why they can't use Mirage's classic form. But at least do something that's close to home, you know, like a Corvette or something like that, maybe. Like if you're gonna use a Porsche, then it's like, why don't you use the Porsche character from the cartoon? I should probably do this for the top, or the base, or the back wall. Hopefully this doesn't take too long to dry, actually. So that would be a bad thing. So I'm going to be able to work on most things here. All right. Hey, Keely Show, how's it going? Yeah, that, but he was snub no. Oh yeah, they gave Prime had a weird ass fucking face in the movies. Like, I don't know, I think they just kept the cover, like the face plate or the mouth cover rather on it. I think it's better design, but I mean, I'm sure there's a way to make it look good. I just don't think they've made it. It just looks awkward in the new movie, the faceplate on Prime. You are going over there. And some extra kibble. Here, some sanding. that up anyway. It's wax, so it doesn't matter. All right, there we go. What is this doing? Just trying to clean this up as best I can. And it should be good. I want to tear the tops here. Hold on. There's a little extra, like little paper, like smooth paper on the back of the foam boards here. It's really important to get those off. All right, and as much as you can. I will leave it for now. I'll always go back and fix it later. All right. So we kind of need the background again, just to figure out our starting points. So this is going to be right there. Obviously, it's a little bit off the ground because this is going to sit. Because this is on the base, which is like a ½ inch tall, so that's why it's like this. That's why I have to start from there. All right. And I need some paint. Hopefully I have enough. That should be enough. Yeah, we just do what we want. Here. Race car. All right. I hate seeing Mirage as Jazz's body. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just have Jazz, but I understand they're trying to use him as sort of the human appeal sort of character, which is fine. I think that Mirage is definitely a character that works to that advantage because he's a very chill Autobot. You know, he's always more chill. But like Jazz can also fill that role as well. So as being kind of like the human interaction character, but like, I have a lot of apprehensions about this movie anyways. It's like, I just don't really think they're going in the right direction they should be going. I think they should be, number one, they shouldn't be mixing G1 with Beast era stuff. It's kind of a weird choice, especially since it's supposed to be a reboot. I think it's a weird choice to introduce it this early on if we're trying to start over and do a new thing with the Transformers franchise. Let's do that. Or no, let's go all the way. Yeah, should be fine. Okay. Well, I think they've just done a very basic, like back to basics sort of approach to Transformers. Do a very simple story. You know, reestablish who the Autobots are because they have a really good cast of Autobots to work with. You know, you have because in the Bumblebee movie we saw like different Autobots and stuff like that that haven't been shown yet here in the trailer, but could be in the film. I doubt it though. But like we saw like in the Bumblebee scene, in the Cybertron scene on Bumblebee, we like saw Ironhide, we saw Ratchet, we saw RC, Cliffjumper, although Cliffjumper's dead, so spoiler alerts. So he's not really going to be he wouldn't really be a factor here. But you know, we had Brawn, we had Wheeljack, RC, you know, and obviously there's, I think there could be like 2 more because I think there was 7 asteroids, if I'm not mistaken, in the Bumblebee movie that came to Earth. So like that's 5. So you can have like 2 other people like there, like Mirage or Jazz or Prowl. So like, you have a good cast of Autobots to work from, and I don't know. Is that also like for this movie? It just feels like they're doing too much. Like they're having to introduce a new human cast, which I wouldn't be against if, but obviously with what we've heard from the director, it's could be very politically heavy, which is gonna be annoying, but whatever. I mean, honestly, I would just go either you bring back the old cast, even though it kind of doesn't make sense because obviously, you know, Charlie's story kind of ended in Bumblebee. but you can always find a way to bring those two characters back together at some, like, depending on the story. Or what you could do is introduce Spike and Sparkplug and have them be the two new humans in the main, and have them be the main human cast going forward, and just make it like a little fun little father-son story. That's what I would do. Like, and don't really focus too much on the human story as much. I mean, you can have a little bit of focus on them, just to kind of develop them as characters, but not to the point where they overtake the Autobot story like they did in the Michael Bay films. Like maybe you could like introduce like Chip Chase or Carly or whatever, maybe in the second film. And that's how I would do it, anyways. Like maybe you could have like Starscream be the main villain. Like maybe like it could be like right before, or just have all the Decepticons in there as well. Like maybe like Shatter's like signal to Cybertron actually did make it through, so maybe that could be part of it. They don't need Beast Wars. They need to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, you can do a Beast Wars film, just make it separate from the G1 film. You know, that's all they had to really do with it, but. So just make two films. I mean, I know it kind of costs a lot of money, but it's like, but I think I don't even know if Beast Wars will really translate that well, because they've had to like make a lot of liberties. I mean, maybe it could work. Depends on. I mean, it all depends. Like, honestly, anything can work, but it's just like, they obviously went for a bit more stylized approach for the Maximals and stuff like that. They made them a bit more mechanical rather than being more organic like they are in the cartoon, the old Beast Wars cartoon. And they also kind of muted the colors. They made them a little bit more, I guess, dusty, for lack of a better term. They don't really have a whole lot of that, because they were supposed to have like that really shiny like metal to them. But yeah, I think it's just gonna be a big bloated mess. I mean, it's good to have Peter Cullen back. Like, it's been a while since we've seen him. Like, I think the Bumblebee movie was the last thing we saw of him, actually. So I mean, I guess that's probably the best thing to come out of this movie is Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime again, which is always good. But all right, I think that's done. I think. See how the back wall's doing. Still drying. Yeah. Ah. Is that falling over? Nope. There's getting paint everywhere. Hold on. Just clean some stuff up real quick. Make my life easier. Just clean up some of this paintwork here. Not worrying too much if there's like little blemishes here and there, because I'm going to be covering up anyways with some like lighter shades. I think it's pretty much ready to go now. So we can ditch this color, put you two into the washing cup, which is actually my Top Dirty to Us cup here. You guys can see that. Using it as my sort of my water paint mug. All right. Hunakan, rest of the world, and I saw those. Ooh. Okay. Found a bunch of streets in South America do films. Right car, yeah. And I'm sure there's parts of the world where you could probably get away with using one of those cars, but guess not. It's too much hard work for them, I guess. All right, let's grab another shade of blue. And I think we'll just dry brush that one in. Just need to get the right kind of brush. I think the best route for this would just be dry brushing the rest of the colors. Nope, still not dried. Fuck. Shouldn't be a big deal though. Yeah, no, I'll give it a minute. Dry a little more. Let's see, is that side done? Just give it a minute, I think. Good. I should do that. Let's see, is this area dry? You can at least sketch out where we want the blue to start. Actually, that's looking really cool, actually, with the blue still dry. Actually kind of fades in really well. Just keep going. Happy little accidents here. Yeah, infinite times their budget. Yeah. Trying at the edges as much as possible. Because it should be lighter down here, you know. That's kind of how sky works. Goes light to dark. I think the darker shade of blue will actually help kind of, well, doing this technique, I think it might help make the characters stand out a lot more, because with in the movie cast, there are obviously a lot more brighter characters. You have oranges, you got pinks, you got greens, you got blues, reds. So I think having a bit more darker shades will kind of help make them pop a bit more. Now, granted, I only have 3 of those characters, but for the time being. But I do plan to get more. I want to get a hot rod. Need to get a wheelie, need to get a blur, and then I need to get a cup. And then my movie shelf will be done. At least for the Autobots. I still need to get a Scourge for my Decepticons, but I am waiting on the Fans toys because I think that one's going to be the best one. Although the X-Transbots ones look pretty good, too. But I might have to rethink I might do the Decepticon, my movie Decepticons last, because I'm still kind of working out in my mind what I want to do with that one, because I'm not too sure. I think, I was contemplating doing Thrall, the planet where Unicron or Galvatron was thrown into when Rodimus defeated him. I was thinking of doing that because it would be something different for my display, but I think that I kind of just want to go with the coronation scene, the throne there on Cybertron. The reason why I was kind of apprehensive about doing that, I do want to do that scene for my Galvatron because it's probably his most iconic moment. But in my display, it was because I already have more Cybertron environments planned. I want to do a little more earthy environments, just kind of add some variety, especially on my Decepticon shelf, because there's only like 2 that are going to have Earth environments, Season 2 and Season 1 shelves. So, but if I ever expand my collection at some point in my near future, I can always make new shelves for them. If I ever want to get a set of Constructicons or Combaticons, that might work better. Maybe get more out of that. So. But we'll see. That's all future thinking. I always kind of try to plan for the future, like as much as I can. So I'm kind of trying to mark out where the foreground mountains are going to kind of lay that way. So it should be right about here. Which I might have this mountain just set a little bit higher. Might go back in. Or we can just make this a little lower. Yeah, I'll just bring this a little bit lower. Yeah, should be fine. I kind of do like this, sort of a mixing the paint before it's fully dried. I think it has a really nice effect to it. So that's a nice real fade between the colors here. Kind of build up the lighter colors nice and slowly. So they look more natural. At least that's my thought process here. Half the time when it comes to art, you're just making shit up as you go along. And hope for the best. Alright, that should be good for now. And I'll keep this around because I need it. Here's you. So you're close to drying. Yeah. you're still going. Which one looks closer? Yeah, both looks about the same. There we go. Probably should have mixed those two colors, honestly, very get-go, but whatever. It's working out just fine now, so that's all that matters. Add a nice little tint to it. All right. Electricana in Las Vegas. Ooh, I have no idea what's going on in this conversation. Chat just blew up. Yeah. But I guess I'll just talk about what I was kind of like, what my apprehensions about, or not, why I was kind of like very, it's my first impressions of this game. Trailer, I was just like, it looks kind of generic, or not generic, but just kind of looks, not that interesting to me, because I was, obviously a big, fan of the Cybertron games, so obviously I want to see more of that sort of style in, that level of detail, that level of passion for the franchise, kind of, because like the guys who made that game were really fucking passionate. They like were, you could tell they were big fans of Transformers when they were making the game, and it's really sad that the games kind of fell apart and we can't really get any more, because I think Hasbro kind of cut off. I can't remember if it was Hasbro or Activision or whatever it was. They cut off the sort of a contract or whatever, and we can't get any more games apparently for some reason. But it is what it is. All right, let's get this guy going. I think I need a little blue, just a little bit. Well, the problem doing this, I think it might take a little bit longer for it to dry fully, but I think it'll look really clean in the end. Just the way I'm thinking about it. Like, because obviously we all kind of want, I think, a sequel to Fall of Cybertron. And for me, I kind of posted just on Twitter, like a couple days ago, but like do a game called Exiles of Cybertron, and that would kind of like be the trilogy, like the end cap of the Fall of Cybertron trilogy, and that would be about the Exiles comic, or not comic book, the novel by Alex Irvine, which the games and novels kind of, well, they're all working within the same, like the aligned continuity, so it kind of makes sense that would be the direction or the storyline for the game. And it would be the storyline about how, like, the actual, like, full journey of, because obviously in the G1 cartoon, they just kind of go straight from Cybertron to Earth, but in the novel, they actually explained that there was a bit larger, like, longer journey between going from Earth to Cybertron to Earth, which kind of makes sense. Obviously it wouldn't be that, it probably shouldn't be as fast as it was, but whatever, it's cartoons, so who cares. But like that would be a really interesting, and I think that would make a really interesting game, is if you're playing as the Autobots and Decepticons as they're kind of like wandering the space, because obviously their ships would be damaged, so like maybe they land on places like the planet of Junk or Quintessa, where the Quintessons live. You have the Quintessons being the villains, kind of like how they were in the novels. Like, I think that would make for a really cool game where you get to explore different aspects of the franchise, which is not just on Earth and Cybertron, but on other worlds. You know. So I think that would make a really cool, really fun game. Like that's kind of how I would at least do it, and then after that, you could do another trilogy of games. This is what I was talking about, because I was talking about this on Mac in the 90s stream, or in the comments rather, on the chats from the Twitch stream. I was like, well, you could do like, because they could have a whole saga of games at this point, you know, if they hadn't bitten the dust on the deal there. But like what I was saying was like they could have had like, because like you have another trilogy, you could have like that next trilogy would be the War on Earth, like all that. Like you could base it off the original G1 cartoon, and then you could do. And there's like so many different storylines from the cartoon that you could do. Honestly, like you could do the very first episodes, like More Than Meets the Eye, a bit more updated version of that. You know, you could do the Ultimate Doom at some point. That'd be fun, where they brought Cybertron to Earth and whatnot. You could do something similar to that. You know, there's lots that they could do with the story on Earth and whatnot, and then maybe after that trilogy of games, because there's a lot of storylines. Like I would love to see them do like a All Hail Megatron storyline from like IDW. Like that'd be kind of a really cool idea to use as a game, sort of storyline. Although I don't know how well, there's lots you can probably do with that, but it's mostly a character-based storyline in that one, because it's very like heavily on both the Autobots and Decepticons. There's a lot of like character stuff happening with that, so I'm not too sure how that would translate to a game. Even though there is a lot of action in that comic book, but it was mostly story-based, you know. But I guess you could probably find ways to make it action-based and make it into a game. No, this is old IDW. Old IDW when IDW was good. Now it's not so good. But this was back when IDW was really good, and they knew what they were doing. Now there's more recently where they started adding all these weird elements to the franchise, like when they made. I can't remember what Simon. I think it was Simon Furman who did the whole story where RC was trans. Like she had like it was weird. It was a really weird storyline. It shouldn't be in a Transform story at all. But it was a very disturbing type of thing that they did to her. But actually, I don't know if I'll be able to do all this in one stream. It's going to dry for so long. Oh, no. Never mind. It might actually work. I can at least probably get the sky done, but I'm not too sure how much more I can get done in the stream. But I don't know. We can go for a while if we want. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, with the Arist. That was so fucking stupid. All right. Are you guys ready? You're still drying. Or, you know what, I guess we just get started on like the mountains. No, that would make things a little more painful to get through. Unless we just work from this angle with all the, yeah, I think we'll try. We can try. So I'm thinking of just doing like the mountains here, but I don't think it's a really good option right now. Maybe we'll just stick to what we're doing. I guess we could. What can I do in the time being? You know what? While it's drying, I'll work on some of the back panels that I want to fix up, or the side panels rather. Hold on. Here, move you there. All right. You're right back. Okay, so right here I gotta move this real quick. The side panels for the ARC diorama, one with Prime and all the Autobots. And this is kind of how the sides go in. They kind of go in on the side, and then the trees on the base kind of cover up the side and kind of, and it's covered up obviously by the back panel, because that one's actually, because that one's designed a little bit differently than most of the dioramas here, because that one had to be, because of the custom back wall piece I bought. But I have a bunch of these pieces I can probably use to kind of, and the problem I'm having, and the reason why I'm doing this, I'm trying to move as well as these guys. The reason why I'm doing this is because the trees on the base are kind of flopping over, so I need to kind of beef it up a little bit. So, but first I need to glue this stuff down in place. So we'll just do that while we're waiting for the paint to dry, and then we kind of like go back and forth from here. So, make sure this glue, hope the guy don't get any out on my fingers, help me things really complicated later on. And you just got to kind of smack the glue in order to get it to move. Luckily I bought another set of glue sticks, so, or not glue stick, but a bottle. It's just only thing that's holding this in place is like some tape I used, but that should be fine. Just gotta glue that in. Here we have this kind of try to just hold in place for a minute. Yep, I got two. I got this one, and I got another one in the bin I bought from Michael's the other day. Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these trees on like sort of where this one's the left one, so this one will kind of go around here-ish. This guy does not want to stay in. I don't know what's happening. I've done all you've asked. Why won't you stay in? Let's give it a minute. Let's hold it for a minute. Yeah, like some clamps, but I don't want to break the tree elements off and have to re-glue them on again. All right. Yeah. Yeah, obviously it's very ugly from this side, but you don't really see the side when you're in display. Yeah, this one had to be built very differently because I'm using it for the backdrop. I'm using a toy hex background, and that one doesn't really fully cover the whole space of the shelf, so I have to kind of make some. I have to do this in order for it to make sense, because I came up with the idea to kind of just like put it like, because like sometimes in the cartoon, right, there'd be episodes where they'd go from the arc into like a forest or a jungle or whatever, so I was just like, oh, okay, well, let's just put some like trees here on the side, and it kind of looks like makes it look like they're going into like a forest area, because it kind of reminds me of the episode, the Immobilizer episode, where they went from the arc into the forest. So this does not want to stay in place. Hold on. All right. You know what? I think it's the tape is fucking it up. Gotta be careful not to get my fingers on that. Yeah. Okay. I gotta tap it again. Just get different spots. There. Actually, let me get this mug right here real quick. There we go. I can kind of. That side needs to be glued in as well, I think. At least we're killing time for the the backdrop to finish drying. Don't damage those fingers. You still need them. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move. Also, but I think I'm gonna move the Catwoman stream till next month, actually. Just because I want to do the Christmas stuff. I just want to do the Christmas stuff, and I need to. So if I want to do something really special for Christmas, like I kind of want to do like a really nice like Transformers like Christmas themed piece. So if I want to do that, I need to focus on it, like because it takes a while. Because if I want to do like a piece with all like these different characters in it, you know, I want to make sure it looks really good. I want to make sure it's, and it takes a while to really render out, especially with Transformers, because even though they're easy to draw, but like multiple at once, it kind of gets a little bit tricky. So you kind of want to spend a lot of time on that piece. All right, seems to be going pretty well. Let's give it another minute. And oh shit! All right, have fun, then, most it. Woke tarts. Yeah, I just stopped. Honestly, when it comes to the wokies on Twitter, I just kind of stopped engaging with them. It's like I just don't care anymore. It's like I just don't care about what your problems are. I mean, I'll engage them sometimes, but not. I used to do it all the time. Now I just don't give a fuck. Should be good. I'll just put it off the side. We'll work on this side next, or yeah, it should be fine. So it basically kind of goes in like this. So, oh, don't get any glue on there. So it kind of goes in like this because obviously the trees on this side and whatnot. It's kind of basically meant to fill up the space. So what I did was I basically took these, cut off the stem, and sort of like just like glued them into place. So I think I'm gonna try that real quick. I first need to do a size fitting for where they're gonna go. But get those guys out. All right. So those are my smaller ones. We're gonna start with the big ones. So I need to go. Well, first we need to cut this off, but I need my scissors. Or you know what? You just use my X-Acto knife. Just gotta be careful though. Where the fuck are my scissors at? All right, whatever. Try and go right there. Oh. There we go. No fingers lost, so we're good. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Like that. Pop. Pop goes the weasel. I'll get these guys while I'm at it. In case I need them. Boom. All right, that should be good. All right, no fingers lost, so we're all good. So I'm gonna take these two, just kind of see how it fits in to the display, and then we'll kind of mark. Grab a marker. Find. need to stand up. Oh, there's one there. Be right back. I'll move blue streak and the white. All right. Start by fitting him in there, so to speak. That goes there. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get these in here because they're really tight. So this doesn't seem that bad actually. This one on the left. This one's fine actually. I think I might just keep this one the way it is. Yeah, no, I might actually leave it. Let me see what happened if I put it inside. Insert whatever jokes you want to make about that. I think this one might be okay without it. But the other one definitely will probably need it. Oh, it's not sticking in properly. Okay, we'll just do it on the right side then. I think that's what we're going to do. Because it doesn't seem to be... It's only when it's like unnaturally like kind of falling down where it's really an issue for me. I'll grab this guy real quick because I want to actually lay out where it would go. Go in. Hold on. Yeah, I need a splinter. We'll do like that. You know, I might have to actually cut this down, the base down a little bit. There we go. Almost there. All right, let's go. All right, Prowl, you're moving. You're in my way. Can't work. Nope. There we go. All right, finally stuck it in. All right, so about, yeah. So let's draw a little line here. So, okay. Now these rocks need to be stabilized a bit better. Well, that should do it. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I just gotta fix this guy up real quick, and I should not have left the lid open on this guy, but whatever. Pro tip: don't do what I do. Oh, I stuck it in. Quote me. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, finally stuck it in. Well, you know, I'm a big guy, so you know. A lot more. Takes a lot more effort. Shit. Just lightly put it down. I hate when you get to the end of the fucking bottle. Smack the shit out of this thing before it wants to glue in. Yeah, I gotta smack it before it wants to go in. That's gonna be a clip as well, I'm sure. All right, hopefully that works. This one sits a little bit better on, actually. So, at least a little more flat. So, yeah, obviously I marked where I need to put the trees in right here. So, I just need a little one right in here, though. So I might just cut this one, the smaller one, in half. Or I think what I'll do, I'll grab this moss stuff I bought. Open it. Damn it! Open it! Oh. Prime, used to the matrix to light our darkest hour. Oh, we gotta cut the fucking thing. In order to get the fucking... It's like, what the fuck's... Let's do it Ziplocs. Alright. Let's tore that motherfucker up. Alright. I think that might look good right up in here. Oh my god, that's fucking messy shit. Holy shit. That's like a perfect fit right there, though. Yeah, it could work. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm thinking I'm just going to put it right there. Close this motherfucker up. I don't want it getting messy. All right. And need to smack you again because it's good an asshole. Smack the shit out of that fucker. Just be best just go like this. Just follow the line. Stick them right in there. Look at that. Gotta be really careful with this stuff. This stuff's like likes to fall off a bit. As long as he didn't damage it, though. Not bloody. Yeah. And then, ooh, how far should I go down? I think I'll just do the smaller ones for the. Or should I cut one in half? Yeah, I think we'll just like. Let's pull that apart. Let's put a little chunk down here. Cover that up. Yeah. And if we want to add more, we can. We'll just see if this fits better. We'll kind of put some glue on that. All right. Just stick it right inside. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we kind of missed some spots there, but it's okay. You can wipe that off in just a minute. And hopefully that will keep the one tree that's kind of fallen over in place a bit better. So put a little more pressure on. All right. Hopefully it doesn't like get in the way though. That's one thing I don't want to do. I'll just use you. All right. Get rid of that glue. I just need a bag. Okay. Because you don't want to accidentally touch stuff on it. There we go. Sometimes only has glue on it. So. All right, that should be good. Just gonna make sure. I'll just let it sit for a minute, and then we'll see if it will fit in or not, so to speak. All right, move my trees. Shit. Where'd you? There. Run up to place. There. Okay. That's over here. Where the grass is, so to speak. Move my glue. All right. Now. All right. Fully dried. Look at that. Killed enough time. Look at that. I'm a genius. Kind of. All right, I'll save these bigger brushes for later. I have a couple of big brushes I can probably. Because I want to save the bigger brushes for when I do the grays and the mountains, but I think we can probably just do it right now. Or no, or not right now, but it'll be good. All right, we use one just for the sky. How about that? So we're gonna need a bright shade of blue. Let's see. Put it in the corner. Oh my gosh. Wait, you know what? This is the blue I wanted. This is the one. All right. So ignore that guy. That should be enough for both, all three sides. Just gonna kind of dry brush this stuff in. Probably should get another brush for the smaller stuff in here. This is obviously to help brighten up the sky a bit more. There's one nice clear blue sky, so it's kind of going on here. So we're kind of building up to that. Oh, this brush is gonna hate me when we're done here. I should have done the smaller one, but whatever. Seems fine. That's a little much. Okay, I'll try taking some of it off. So to speak. There we go. There we go. A little too much. There we go. Where the fuck can I put my things at? Towels. Oh, I'm blind. Blind as a bat. Or is that a good angle for you guys? It should be fine. Let's bring it up just a little. There we go. I'll move you actually. Just get in my way. I'm the more brighter shades on the bottom here. Trying to avoid touching the city because I need the, get my smaller brush here for those blenders. All right, it's starting to shape up a bit better. Just trying to see what kind of blue I should use next. I think I might actually just mix this blue with some white. It might make a good, nice, bright color blue. Or this guy with white. Here, it might work better. Let's see how the chat. Oh my gosh, I just missed. Okay, didn't miss anything. Back. What I miss? Well, I made some suggestive comments while I was in the back, but I finished laying in some trees, some tree elements here, while we waited for the paint. Ooh, there we go. I waited for the paint to dry, and that should make my the Autobot shelf a bit more stable, at least on the sides. So let's spin you right around. We're gonna get the sky here going. Oh, you know what? I just went the wrong way. It's all good though. It's all good. Just gotta make sure I outline the mountains here. Just because it'll make it easier for me to go back in and add them in. It's a little too much, but I can just add more here later. I don't know. Yeah, it's better, honestly. You know what? I think it was like brighten it all up. I think that might look better. Yeah. Sadly, that 9-minute video is better than anything that. Oh, 9-minute video. What am I thinking? What's going on? Splash in the bin. Okay. All right, I have no idea what's going on in my chat right now. That's okay. As long as you guys are having a good time, it's all that matters to me. Yeah, I think this looks better. I'm gonna look up how to really like paint like really good sky. Something to really look into. I still struggle with it. And you can't even see what I'm painting. It's all on my chest. It's so fucking big here. All right, try to get you guys a better angle. Just a second. Trying to show my face. There we go. That should be fine. And I think what I'll do is I'll run some of this other blue color shade or whatever on the top here, and then I'll probably add some like white on the bottom a little bit. I think it may look really good. All right. That should be good. Just gonna get the smaller stuff here first. There. Luckily, a bunch of clouds will probably help break this up here. Make it look more interesting. All right, that should be good enough for the back wall. Set you over here. Let you dry. Get the side panels going. And we need some more paint. Yeah, it was back to the permits part of the topic and what people can and can't drive in. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I just heard that about the race car, like online. I think they said they can't use it, but then again, you can't trust everything online. And it was like in a video, so. But like even still, I think they could have still made something. If they couldn't use the actual race car, they could at least do something, to make him look like more like Mirage. The movie. Yeah, this desk is like seeing better days. Look at this thing. Need to really go in, wipe it down. At some point. That's why I need to hire an assistant. Just fix all those problems for me. Clean out my fucking brushes, bitch. Nah. All right. Have a little cloud in more ways than one. Yeah. Let's run a little. Hopefully, I can have enough for the other side. All right, that should be good. For the side wall, this is the left side. And the right side now. Ooh. Go there. Yeah, go there. Luckily, the side walls are pretty plain, so don't worry about too much. So we're very basic sort of sky here, because I want to kind of have all the attention kind of drawn to the Autobot city. I think having a little bit more simple environment in the back will help that. That should be good. Oh, that should be fine for now. Again, I'm going to clean you off as much as we can. Because cleaning the big ass brushes are a pain in the ass. Alright, we're done with this color. So we're going to let those side panels and back wall dry, and I guess we're going to try and see. Hold on. Alright, it seems to be fitting fine. Oh wait, we just we've got to do the these things here. Alright, we can do that now. Alright. This thing has to fucking fall apart. Fuck off. Put it like this. Fall down. Please don't leak anywhere. You might need to grab the newer. Yeah, squirt that shit out, baby. Alright. That should be fine. There. Clean it up. Alright. Autobot can't do it. And they can't do shit anymore because they're dumb. I think we'll just put some stuff right here and right here. If you want to come up. Smack the shit out of it. There we go. All right. Hopefully this thing fucking fits in. Where it's supposed to go. There we go. Trying a little bit more extra coverage for the top here. we'll let that dry. And I did want to add some extra plant detail to the Golden Lagoon, so I might do that. Let's see, how is this? I want to do all that because I have to take all the figures down. I gotta take it all out. Maybe. Fuck it, let's do it. I just want to add a little bit extra detail because there's a little bit extra plant detail I wanted to add to that one. So, fine, let's do it. Might as well. We're going to be editing all of our other dios here today. So, take them all off. All right, I'll put the chick in the water up here. She's drowning. All right. That could be taken out of some. That could be taken way out of context by a woke person. Drowning some bitches. All right, you know what? I'll put you all in the new diorama for the time being. There's not enough room for Perceptor's fat ass. Put you in there. You, well, there. All right. Yeah, I'll put you on this on the shelf. Maybe target practice. Ooh. All right. There we go. I'll take the sides out. Take you out. Ah, falling. Walking cold. All right. There we go. This guy needs to. I need some extra glue. All right. Look at this old guy. Our old friend, the lagoon. Haven't seen him in a while. They can afford to spend hundreds of thousands making a shit movie and not a few thousand more 2 minutes of something for more. Yeah. That's the way it is. They have all this money, but don't use it wisely. All right. Let's grab some more stuff here. I just want to add some like little bushes, maybe. But you know what? I need to grab the. Should I grab the figures here? So I kind of want to see how it would. Yeah. Should be fine. Here, just put them right here. I just gotta be careful on how much I use because there's supposed to be three big figures. One here, one big guy here, and then one big guy over here. So, just want to add a little bit. That should be enough. Just a little bit extra detail to make things look a little bit better. Like add some like little bushes, maybe like right in here. Maybe like that. Or yeah, the top here is not kind of undone. I have to glue that in. I mean, it should be fine with all the figures on top of it. So yeah, it's stable. That's still stuck in. It's nice to stay in. Not even need glue. Yeah. Okay. I might add like a bush, like on the sides, maybe up here. First, gotta smack your ass. All right. Nope. Didn't smack your ass hard enough. add a little bit around the side here. You know what? Grab the new bottle. Tie this motherfucker. There we go. All right. One right there. Oh, look at that juicy Gorilla Glue there. See? I'll put this guy right there. Should use one of these guys. Just press it down without getting glue on my fingers. Hey, Jacob. How's it going, man? You just need a couple hundred for road permits. Yeah. Honestly, if I was doing Transformers movies, I would probably just do animated films. Like, I don't think I'd, because like there's so much more you can do with animation. I think that the Transformers look better in animation, honestly. I mean, as long as the animation's good, you know. But like something like the Fall Cybertron game, like that animation style would be great for like a Transformers film, you know. I mean, they already kind of are, because like they already have like if you just like watch the cutscenes of the Fall Cybertron games, like they're really good. So I don't know why they wouldn't just do that. Like you wouldn't have to spend so much money on all the CGI for all these different characters, because it's like, oh, because it would probably cost a little bit less to have more characters in. I think that's kind of what people would want to see, like more and more characters. I think that's kind of what people want more, because one of the appeals of the franchise has always been there's like this massive cast of Autobots and Decepticons and whatnot. And they're always, you know, just a massive world out there. And it's like sometimes the shows, because obviously shows and movies go either one of two ways. They either have a ensemble cast of Transformers characters, and then they have the just like a 5-man team, 5 or 6 members of each side working together, or you know, for the main cast and then whatnot. But I think that having like it just builds the world up more, you know, when you have like so much more characters. Obviously, you have to develop them properly, obviously, but that's why I probably would much rather do a series than a movie, because there's more story you could tell with a show. But I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's like there's so much more. There's like way more stuff you can do as well when it comes to animation, like action scene wise. Let's put some stuff over here. There's a little blob here. It looks a little awkward. Spill it out. That's where grapple goes. Let's put one right here. Awkward. And the edges. marks here. There we go. Just a much more tidy edge here. Or actually, let's fill that in a little more too. Maybe add like a bush like up in here or something like in the back. Oh, you know what? I wish I didn't cut the stems off of the other ones. I kind of would like to put more. I could probably still make it happen. Hold on. Okay, let's put one right here real quick. There we go. And do one right about here. Just a little bit extra. There. All right, you know what? Put a bush right up in there. This corner right there. There we go. I guess we'll just have one right. Put it back right there. There we go. Starting to look a little bit more full. Let's just grab those trees again, because I have 3 left over now. Because I didn't use, because I don't think I'll be needing the other 2 for the trees anymore. So, at least on the left side, because the right side is where it's really the issue when it comes to like having that, because the trees are like it's like flopping over it right now. So that's why I had to like, add a little bit extra stability for the arc diorama. Well, this is kind of cut in half, so I might just use that for extra like bushes. But I could probably put one like right here, maybe like the stem just like getting covered up, or off the side here. One problem is I don't think it will stick into the foam really good though if it's standing up. What I could do, like, just shorten these. Still a little bit extra. Yeah, that's what we'll do. There we go. All right, that should work fine. Do I have like a... Yeah, perfect. There we go. Just be a slightly smaller tree, which is kind of what we want here. We kind of like shorter as we go. There we go. Let's really stick that in there, so to speak. Kind of do the same here. Strip some away. And, ooh, this might be a little too much. I don't have my scissors on me. All right, whatever. Okay, again. Just gonna cut off these excess branches. My phone does it to me a lot. Ooh. Yeah, Mine does too. Like I can't like my all right, this isn't gonna be a big that's what she said here, but my phone charger does not like to stay in place or in my phone half the time. Like I always have to like I can only charge like once or twice a day because of that. Just because my phone's so old. It should be fine. Dump some glue in there. And stick our tree in there, so to speak. There we go. Just add a little bit. Ooh, this one's falling over. I just glue those two together. And then I guess we got some extra stuff we can use with that. Do with this. I'm very cautious about doing stuff over here, though, especially because there's going to be big boys here. Obviously, Preceptor stands there. And I usually have 2 or 3 guys, and 2 guys right here in the front here. But I'll add a little bush here. Look at that. Yeah, that's fine. And I guess we got all these extra tree parts here. So just put some here. Kind of like sort of dipping in to the lagoon there. All right. What else? It should be good. I should be good here. Maybe I'll just put like one big one like right behind this rock here. That'd look cool. It's a little awkward looking though. No, I think that should be good. So I don't want to put too much on because then it can block the figure. Then I just gotta glue my fingers. Just give me a minute. All right, that should be it for this guy. Oh my gosh, spreading everywhere. GQ with the gears or so. Ah, fuck. Here. Can I do this? Let's see. I like it. There. Just trying to take some water from my water bottle. Clean my hands here. Let's get some of the gunk off. All right, whatever. So deal with it. No more glue. No more glue tonight. And that's the problem waiting to happen. So just put it on the side here. This one anyways. Okay, so we'll just put it off to the side for now. Just want to add a little bit extra detail. Fucking tree fell off. Hold on. And the whole thing fell down. God damn it. Fuck me. Hold on. It's all good. I think. Ah. Okay. Note to self: never work on more than one diorama at a time. All right. Luckily, these things are easy to put back in. Just a couple screws fell out. Nothing major. Fix them later. All right. One at a time. One at a time. What's shit in my way? That's right here. Okay, we're good now. That was an ordeal. I'm good. I want a tough cookie. I can take it, so to speak. All right, now we can get some sky going. Some new colors. I think we'll do like a blue coming down a little bit more. Just make sure you better be all dry and all that shit. It's not. Oh, I already had the I had the same blue on a different plate, whatever. Just reuse that. I'll move you off to the side. Leave it. Put you right there. I'll move the camera. Make sure it's focused. All right. Now, and we're like this brush there, so I think we'll use this guy. I just add this extra layer of blue to the sky to make it pop more. Anyway, sky. All right. So what we was talking about Lamborghini, the gear, so not 100%, just be close to it. Need a Porsche for jazz with that paint job. Maybe they might need to scan new vehicles, but you can't. Yeah, I agree. They should have had. They should have had Hal Jordan and Aquaman. I think they should have been the ones of the first into the cartoon. That's all. I always kind of felt that way, but at the same time, I still enjoyed. You know, I really liked Jon Stewart and Hot Girl in that show. I just think they should have they could have just brought them in a little bit later on to have Hal and Aquaman be kind of the founding members, and then maybe later on, maybe Hal Jordan summoned off Earth, so Jon Stewart can kind of fill in or something. Then maybe Aquaman has some beef with like somebody, and then he kind of just goes back to Atlantis, or I don't know. It doesn't. Either way, I think they could have just started with. But even still, I still think it's a good, still one of the best cartoons of all time, in my opinion, the Justice League cartoon. So can't really complain. And they do have cameos here and there, like Aquaman has a couple episodes here and there. Hal Jordan had a really very brief cameo, which was all right, I guess. I kind of wish he had a bit more, because they kind of, I mean, with the Green Lanterns, they kind of fucked up the story because they gave Kyle Rayner Hal Jordan's backstory. That was like kind of one of the main problems I had with Superman animated series. Oh, I think that was mostly done because Kyle Rayner was Green Lantern at the time in the comics, so they kind of wanted to match the comics because Hal was off the evil Parallax at the time, so I kind of understand why they did it, but at the same time, I just felt like it couldn't have better. Like it just kept his at least kept his original origin. Or that would be kind of hard to do because he was kind of like the renegade. Yeah, I don't know. Because I mean, would have been a good way to, but at the same time, this could be a good way to, sort of bring back Hal, because obviously at the time Hal was a very controversial character, because some people didn't, because he did all this crazy shit when he was Parallax. So, but I think this could have been a good way to kind of ease people back into Hal Jordan. Before like Rebirth kind of happened, or Green Lantern Rebirth, where they kind of redeemed Hal Jordan in a way by making it so that Parallax, was an entity that overtook him. He was at a low stage in his life when his city was destroyed and all that. That's actually turning out pretty well. Yeah, I just need them to start at the beginning. Yeah, exactly. Well, that'd be cool if they did Justice Society. That'd be a really cool way to actually start off the DC film universe if they just did Justice Society and then kind of then do Superman and all that. Like, that'd be interesting. Now, how cool was that, though, in the Green Lantern Rebirth when they had how Alan Scott kind of standing up for Hal Jordan at the end there when they were fighting Parallax, and you had Alan Scott just coming out telling the Justice League to back off and says, like, "Hey, this is Hal Jordan's fight. He's one of us." That was a fucking awesome moment. I just love it. So I remember when comics were cool. I remember when comics were fucking awesome. It's like those are the good old days. I just want to touch this area up here, and then we should be good to go. What time is it? Holy shit, 4:17. We start at 2, so that's 2 hours now. Shit. I'll try to go till 6 if I can. So like 2 more hours maybe. Then we'll kind of pick up steam tomorrow because I have tomorrow off as well. So. Which was a better transition here? Maybe I should grab some like white, actually. Touch that up. All right. Keep telling stories and James bonding all the actors male. Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole like trend of trying to fire James Gunn, which I just don't give a fuck anymore. Honestly, I'm just like I'm past the point of giving a shit what's going on with DC on film at this point. It's like they'll never understand these characters, and they're never gonna. I mean, James Gunn just give me weird fucking vibes with the whole, all that stuff that kind of came about some of his tweets where they're very suggestive. That kind of I don't know, stuff like that is like rubs me the wrong way, So I just don't think someone like that should be in charge of DC characters. That must be hopeful, inspiring, all these things. Not trying to accuse him of anything, but just give me weird vibes. That's a good effect for the sky. All right, we'll carry this same sort of technique over when we do the whites. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work just fine. Just sort of like back and forth sort of technique that kind of, because it kind of creates that little like, the little effects here in the sky where it's kind of like not 100% stable, I guess. It's hard to explain my thought process here. Okay, should be fine. And that's our right side. Yep. Just make sure. Yeah, Piston Cycle and Peacemaker. I haven't seen any of that stuff, so I just don't care. It's like the idea of having Starro in a Suicide Squad movie. That's the first time we see him. It's just like he should have, like, why didn't they just make him the main villain for the first Justice League movie? He was the first villain in the comics. So I was like, why not just make him the villain of the movies? It's like, forget Darkseid and all them. Save them for later. Save Darkseid and shit for later. You can set that up over the course of a few more films as well. Like, I don't know. Not that they have to be exactly like Marvel, where they built up Thanos for long. Like, I think it'd be better to have like Darkseid's first appearance like in the Superman film, because that way you kind of get the relationship. Because I think it's always really important to have like that relationship dynamic between the hero and the villain present in the story. Like, because like for example, the animated series, they built up the rivalry between Darkseid and Superman for a long time, and it kind of culminated in that last final confrontation in the Justice League cartoon, in that final battle scene. It's because it's like they set that up in the first, obviously in Superman the animated series, and then they had another fight in a little bit later on in the first Justice League cartoon. Then Just League Unlimited, they had their final confrontation, which was good. Well, building stuff up like that just adds more depth, adds more, suspense and whatnot, I think. Yeah. Versus just like, oh, one and done. We're just fight Darkseid in this one movie, and yeah, it's over. It's like it's not as impactful, just having, like, say, more. It's not as personal, the fight. What I'm trying to get at. I'll fix the side there. All right, that should be good for the sky here. All right. Now, I think if I mix some white with this color, I think that might look good. Might be a nice transitional color. So hopefully this works. Doesn't fuck up. just want a nice light. Oh, you know what? It's actually kind of working. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. There we go. So, there we go. All right. We just need to do this for the bottom, and then we should be good on the sky. We just wait for it to dry, do the clouds, and maybe we can do some mountains like that. Like the foreground mountains right here, and I think that might be the last we can do. And maybe some of the foreground, like the grasslands here or whatever. But I'm not too sure we're going to be able to get to the actual city just yet today. Probably have to save that for tomorrow. But that's okay. We're making progress. Yeah. This is the hard part. This is really the hard part because we have to really keep in mind like the stuff in the foreground here. We're doing the sky here. So once we get the city done, once we get the sky done, we can focus on this stuff, the mountains and stuff like that. Now it'll be a lot easier going in. So yes, set it to a boil and build tension. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is like when you have them in the very first movie, it's just like, oh well, if you're a dark side, yay! It's just like that's all it is. It's like it's nothing. You know, there's no extra, tension between the two characters. So I think this one might be really good for. Yeah, I'll use this brush. Put it in there to clean off. See, are you clean? Are you dry? All right, good enough. So the dry brush will allow this. Some towels here. Just to create a much better sort of faded effect. There we go. Much better. Oh, you know what? Let's try and map out the mountains here a little better. Oh, maybe this one I just make this one a little bigger. Yeah, maybe the best option. We'll see. Okay, let's spin you around. Trying to be very subtle with some of these dry brushing here. So we should go right about here. Then we kind of just like smear it a little bit. Which adds a nice texture to it. All right, that should be fine. Yeah, it's looking all right. All right, let's get the sides going. Kind of mark where we want them to start here. For the light shade, anyways. Ah. There we go. Oh, I better check on the chat. Sorry, I am trying to keep up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like Starro just didn't belong in like a Suicide Squad. He's a Justice League villain. He's a Justice League villain. He should have been a Justice League movie. Oh, that should be good. What's this? It's the right side. Just about here. Ah. Fall. Okay. Smack you. Not really. So you do. Probably gonna make these amounts just a little bit taller once I get to them, but for now they're short. It's gonna be interesting as going into the actual water elements of the Autobot city here, but we'll get to that later. We'll just work one section at a time. It's gonna be the best way to go about this. Want someone to drag Van L into reality to mess with Superman. Oh yeah, yeah. That was from All Star Superman, right? That character. I'm trying to remember where that was. All right. Should be it for the sky. Now, maybe get some white. So we can add some clouds, happy little clouds. And I think, should I do my old method or should I just, I can't do that. I think what I'll do is take this guy. Maybe the best kind of brush for this. Hopefully it's all dry. Yeah, some areas still dry in here. All right. Actually, this might not be the best brush after all. It's a darker. I was using this from a dark blue earlier. Here. Hold on. Here. Get better angle. Hopefully. Yeah, I don't think we'll use this one guy. All right, that's fine. We'll use this guy. Yeah, that should be fine. So with white and maybe I'll add a little bit of a gray sort of touch-ups to the sky here. Or like a light bluish color. Or the clouds, not the sky. All right. I'm using up so many of my paper plates now. I'll use both of this and the light blue. I think I have a, yeah, I'll use this guy right next to me. In just a minute. But I like to start bold colors first. So we'll just stay away from all the stuff that's still drying. Just see. Oh, that's good. So I don't think it was still drying. Oh, just over here. Yeah. Okay, so we'll stay away from that area then. Oh, need less. Recipe Justly from Justly Unlimited. Oh, Vanille, yeah. No, I remember. No, I remember. Yeah. I was like, wait, is it the guy from All-Star Superman, or is that? No, I think it was the son from yeah. Yeah, that was a great episode though, the Black Mercy episode. Kind of have one cloud in the background there. You know, kind of have one bleeding into the next section of this. So just kind of. And we'll just spin you around. Excuse me. Just have a little cloud sort of peeking through this mountain here. It's kind of an awkward angle for me. All right. Here, I'll try to position the camera a bit better. There. It's really bright. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'll need to add extra blue effect here. I think just white. Setting the dry brushing looks fine. All right. And then this last one, I'm not going to bleed into the neck. Ooh, it's too much. Too much. Take it out. Speak. Sorry. Over. Kind of peeking over the mountaintop. So add little streaks into the sky here. Just a tiny bit. All right, that should be good. Got our mountains, or not our mountains, our clouds here. So yeah, it's still 446. So we might be able to do some mountain work here. Move you so you can dry. Which one has the bleed over? It's the right side. So just need to lay out this guy real quick. Ah. All right, so starts here. Okay. Ah, cloud cut. There you go. That. I should probably fix the camera angle. There we go. No worries. Yeah, but it was his son with Tony and Red. Yeah, gotcha. Wasn't that Lana? Maybe Clark just has fantasies. You know, he prefer. First, I thought it was Lana. And maybe he just has maybe he just would prefer her with red hair. But I'm pretty sure that was Lana. Maybe it was Lois. Yeah, what I've been working on. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll be sure to check that out, man. I just have this one bleeding out. Just add our streaks again. Just, just add a little bit extra detail to this guy here. All right, that should be good. And since this doesn't get bleed over to the middle. Ooh, oh, it's still drying here a little bit. It's all good though. So we can just do whatever we want. It's gonna be kind of random with the cloud, like the shapes and whatnot. Kind of makes it more realistic. Put one just above it, right about here. A little smaller one here. And we'll put a big one right here. And I think our sky is officially done with that. So we can now move on to the mountains. So, see, do I need white for anything else? Maybe for some of these mountains. Yeah, I might just keep this off to the side somewhere. That way we don't have to switch up things. Or last time. Put you right there on the floor. Although I probably won't get to a lot of the stuff today, so. But all right, let's try and get some of these mountains going. So I think we're gonna use this guy and this guy. Just need some like really flat edges to get the shape of it. So I think we'll go for like a really dark blue. We'll go back to the navy blue we were using earlier. So let's pull you out. Save some paper plates. There we go. Luckily, we already have some of this laid in already, so I'm just going to go. tidy it up. I don't think I'll even need the big brush, actually. Yeah, we'll set some off to the side. I don't think I'll need it. Not there, though. That's the water thing. Yeah, I might have to come out just a little bit further up here with the mountain, but this should be fine. These ones in the back. There. Spin you around. I might need a smaller brush. We'll do those parts last. So we'll kind of define where we're going to split into the mountain. It's okay though. I'm going to cover it with black anyways later. There we go. Let's get a smaller brush here. Try and use as little as possible. I might want to use this for the actual city later. So just go there. Just like that. There. I'll let this one kind of dip down a little bit into there. I also don't mind a little bit, but I think we should keep it like one layer here. I think that should be fine. What that's supposed to be. I drew this like last night, not last night. I'm not going to do an exact 100% translation from this thing just because it'd be a little bit too complicated, especially this very small angle here. So just do something very basic with like the planes a little bit later on. Which might be like a lot done actually. I think about it. Time is at 5 o'clock, so yeah, maybe we'll go a little bit longer. How about that? Because we're kind of done. Because once we get the, we'll see. Can't decide. All right, let's figure out where you're supposed to land. Don't fucking fall over. Right up. I don't see it at all. I don't see it at all. All right, so make up where it would be. Actually, I don't think it's big and small one now. Use the big boy now. Is it not? Oh, I probably didn't let it dry for enough. Why not? That should be fine either way. I'll flatten this here. There we go. Got little mountains there in the back. Hopefully this looks good in the end. Hopefully. All right. Ah, smashing everything. All right. This smell looks a little weird. Oh well. Okay. You're on the way. You'll get it. It already looks like sky. Yeah. Yeah, so I think we'll do the plains, like the grass area, whatever behind, and then tomorrow I think we'll do the city. And then the tree, the mountains, then the trees, and then obviously Lookout Mountain. We did last because I want to do one. Because it's just going to be a little small section on the mountain where you see Lookout Mountain. But it's going to be like, it's going to be on the main mountain, you'll see. But it'll look sharp. All right, that should take care of that. Let's see if my back plate is done. I can probably throw you in here to dry up, wash off. That's still drying. That's still drying. And that's still drying. Nice. All right. Let's see here. Just trying to think here what I can do and while we're in. So I don't want to mess up the font. It's fine. Okay. If I'm just careful enough, I should be able to make it work. Just kind of let me just take a little bit off. Yeah. So we won't be able to see any planes here in the back of this one because this one's kind of covering, this mountain here is covering it up. So we just have to do this area and this area. And that. So let me go get one that I think. Let's see here. Okay. So that color is pretty much done with, actually. I'll need it for a little while, anyways. So. Okay. So what colors? Gonna need some browns. Nope, no grays. No grays. I'm not using any grays right now. Gotta save them all for the mountains. Gotta be sparing with them. Although I'll probably have enough. But better to be safe than sorry. Oh, I already pulled them out earlier. Over here. There we go. So I think we'll use some browns, some greens, and maybe some of this vanilla. And some Swede, golden brown, and just regular brown. All right. Enough of you blues. We're done with blues. No more blue. For now, anyways. Yeah, I'll just keep it plain. I'm not going to add, because there's a little bit, some water effects, at least in the back there, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to make it all plains. And then, because there's a river here anyways, a little bit here, so just keep it like that. Although it'd be cool if I actually had that river come down to the actual base of the diorama, but whatever. It'd probably be a pain. It probably wouldn't be a good idea to do that though. Just because there's gonna be so many big figures and stuff like that in the diorama, and it'd probably just take up too much space. I gotta make sure like Springer and Ultra Minus fit and they're big boys. All right. So I think we'll just start with, you know what, we'll start with the espresso, get dark shade going, and then we'll kind of build it to the lights like usual. That'll be the way to go. You know what? I think I fucked up. Hold on. Yeah, I kind of fucked up on the edge. Hold on. Just messed in area. Hold up. Easy fix coming in. So I didn't realize these were the tops of the building right here. It's all good though. Wasn't paying attention. Alright. There we go. Alright. Easy fix. Easy fix. Actually, this is a good pen to use for planes here. Or not pen, brush. So yeah, I think we'll do the planes and then we'll kind of call it a wrap after the stream. Alright, let's start with my espresso. Get that shit off. do a little bit. Just use one plate for all the colors here. All right. Do all brown here. Reference pulled up so I can map it out properly. So I can know which part's supposed to be the city and what parts are not. Right there. Okay, let's do this. You know, I don't want to do that extra work. Let's do. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I'm just like thinking on my in my head. Here. These are all gonna be rocky anyways. I'm just put some brown here. Trying to map out everything. Then we'll add the extra stuff on top. Ooh. Tidy it up. And then I'll kind of leave this blank because it's supposed to be white over here. Oh, you know what? Okay. All right, you can fix it easily. Make that all city. Make my life easier. Oh. Yeah, spinning around. There we go. We'll add some like green in the back here. Oh, let me get to it. Supposed to be a little post there, but I'll just go over it. Yeah, there's extra details later. God, I hope this turns out good. There's a very good chance this could actually end up looking like shit. Let's see. So, be extra careful now. Yeah, we'll worry about that when we get to the city tomorrow. Now we're just doing the planes. And probably just going to do a base coat, and that's it, I think, tonight. We'll add the extra layers tomorrow. And then we'll get to the city, the mountains, the trees, and then that should, and I think I should be able to get it done tomorrow. I might be able to get all of it done tomorrow. So. Time is it? Ooh, 5:16. Yeah. I know it's really hard, especially it's a very tight spot here. I really need to look up how to make like stencils like this small. That'd probably solve all my issues here. Because I could just like put the stencil over and then just color and done. I'll look into that at some point. Might be beneficial to me. Okay, that's one area done. Yeah, just keep all this area orange to make my life easier. I think I'll just go in with a pen. And not actual brush, just a pen for like all the little like details, like to just make it look nicer and shadows and stuff like that. Because it would probably just be a nightmare to do it all in pen and brush. Okay. Just go like that. There we go. All right, that's done for now. Just got, this guy's gonna. These parts are gonna be easy there here and now. Ooh, that's a little too much. Here, maybe the planes raise up a bit. There. Just need a little bit more paint. Ooh, not that much. Oh, damn it. All right, well, I better make it count. There. Brush it off. There we go. All right, this one might take a while to fully dry. Not to sell. Don't do that again. All right. And just tie that out. There we go. All right. And one more. And I think we'll call it a wrap after this guy. This won't take long. It's just a little tiny triangle here. Illuminati confirmed. Illuminati confirmed. Remember when that was a trend? Like some bullshit. What was bullshit? Like anything that has a triangle is devil. apparently. Like the Ritos are part of the Illuminati. Bullshit. There we go. I have time to. Yeah, no, I'm gonna let it all dry. I'm gonna call it a wrap right there, guys. So, on that note, we got a lot done today, though. We got sky done, we got the mountains in the back done, we got the plane started, and we also worked on fixing up some of the other displays or dioramas. So, I'll get the big boy in here, so to speak, just to end us off on what we've accomplished today, which doesn't look like much. But once we get the really hard stuff like the Autobot city here done, and like the little river that's supposed to go around here, as well as like a little dam we're seeing here, the rest of it will be a lot easier, a lot more faster to go through because it's just the big mountains and stuff like that. So, and obviously the trees, and yeah. I think we're going to call it a wrap right there, folks. Thank you guys so much for dropping by. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll do another stream tomorrow morning, probably. So yeah, so I really want to get something done really quickly so I can get into the Christmas part. Not in a rushing sense. I'm trying to rush here, but I want to get my Christmas stuff going for because it's just 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks till Christmas. So yeah. But on that note, let's end this off on something. Let's see, what clip should we do? No, I can't do those ones because they got claimed on my other videos, my Batman videos. But we don't reason to have this on. Let's see, Autobot City. Something really. I need to get more Autobot clips. Some from that '86 movie. Have so much bullshit clips. All right, let's do, and we'll do drunk Decepticons again, because why not? Because we all love our drunk ass Decepticons. All right, so stay tuned, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow morning to continue this, and hopefully we'll be able to finish at least we'll probably be able to finish the plains and the city tomorrow. And yeah, it should be all I got today. So actually, whatever, we'll fix that later. So yeah, let's end this off on some drunk ass Decepticons. See you guys.
Decepticons, a toast to the imminent destruction of the accursed Autobots.
Boy, these are good.
This stuff's the greatest. Those were the good old days back on Cybertron. Didn't have to sneak around in these ugly-ass disguises. Good old Cybertron, land of the metal moon.